Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpina,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
Such a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Happy Monday to everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Yes, folks, Mark Cummings in the building. Feedback is on the air.
Absolutely. And we want to say good morning to so many of you out in the community as we go to various events and meet people here and there. I want to say good morning to Sister Fedora. Good morning to Rosa. Good morning to Vera and to Carl. Good morning to Don. And good morning to Ron and to Katrina. And it's just, Linda, good morning. Tina, good morning. Robert, good morning.
Yes, indeed.
And to the co-host of Hood Research, the co-founder of Hood Research, Reginald Crawford.
All right.
Yeah, Kari Frazier, just so many, and so many things going on out in the community. And I'm still thinking about what a wonderful time we had at the Obama weekend. So
Indeed.
we're looking forward to the one next year.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right. Mark, what's going on in your world?
Well, I just want to say, once again, to everybody out there that Feedback, Hood Research Production, get involved. Everybody knows somebody out there that's doing some great things in the community. And I love it. People are calling. People are viewing the show on YouTube, checking in to see what's going on, because everybody wants to know who and what is going on in the community. And next week, a friend of mine's got a big event coming up. Kevin Lloyd is Earl Lloyd's oldest son. And Earl Lloyd is the brother who integrated the National Basketball Association, folks. And I know we were on a couple of weeks ago speaking of John Lewis, United States stamp introduction. And we're working on trying to get a United States stamp for brother Earl Lloyd, folks, right here from Detroit, Michigan. So he's got a function coming up on the 19th, and it's going to be a lot of people coming down to check on them, and I'm going to be there in the building. They're doing a documentary, and they're going to have a showing of it for that day, and from 2 to 5, and check it out. It's going to be a good thing. A lot of people, dignitaries, are going to be in the building, and Hood Research has been invited to come on down. So
And where will it take place?
it's going to be over at on Randolph, downtown at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes, so
on Randolph.
Yes,
Okay.
and, should be a lot of fun, and
And the time? Okay.
it's from 2 to 5 in the
2
afternoon. This
until
afternoon
5.
piece, Saturday.
And it's Saturday, 2
Right.
until 5.
Exactly. And we got, matter of fact, we're going to have Brother Gary Hunter, folks, on today from The Shot News. And he's going to be interviewing him on, he gets in town a little bit earlier. So we're going to do an interview. We're going to put a spread out on him on one of these issues of The Shot News. And just, I brought one here from when we were down in Atlanta. And, folks, I'm telling you, this brother gets around. It's amazing how much he moves around. He just, one minute he in Atlanta and the next day he in Chicago. He was covering the vice president in Chicago. A day later, after being in Atlanta for the inaugural stamp introduction for Brother John Lewis. So these are all over the East Coast and in the Midwest. So you'll find them everywhere. D.C., Miami, Philadelphia, New York, Atlanta. Man, goodness. So it's a good newspaper. You'll find them around here. I know they got them over at the Northwest Activity Center. As well as Digimax. One of the research business partners.
On McNichols, just west of the Southfield
That's
Freeway.
it. Sister
Office.
Oh, indeed. The Bartell family, LaShonda Bartell. So, folks, you got a print needs, get on over there to Digimax. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm excited.
We interviewed LaShonda Bartell
Yes,
as well.
indeed.
Yes,
Indeed.
yes,
This has
right.
been about a few months ago, maybe about a year.
And you right, and Digimax participates in the classic car show in Detroit.
Exactly.
We know that there is one that takes place outside. They come as far as 8 Mile and stop.
Right.
So Attorney Reed decided that he wanted to encourage the people in Detroit to create their own. And that's what they did. And they've been having it annually as well. And Digimax is one of the businesses that participates in the classic car show inside the city of Detroit.
That's right. And it's a good thing. I like us having our
Right.
own things. And
Right. You don't always want to force somebody to include you. I thought about this years ago when there was the sit-in in restaurants. And I kept thinking, while integration is an interesting concept, who's working in a kitchen? And what are they doing to the food that you are about
this is true. This
to
is true.
eat? Are they, putting strange stuff in your food?
Well, definitely, people don't realize you got to have a level of trust to just buy food from anybody.
Yeah, well,
For sure.
my trust was not and would not have been in that, But anyway.
Well, you didn't touch the nerve out there. We just gonna keep it going. What's going on? What's on your mind this morning, Sister Tawana?
Well, what's on my mind, one is AI, and two, what's going on in the police commissioner board. I've seen a couple of people, our District 7 representative, they were talking about asking for a government intervention investigation with inside of the
commission?
police commissioner board.
Well, recently, Ferguson, who was a member of the police commission, had to decide that he should resign, and he did, because he was caught by the police fraternizing with, what was she, a lady of the night? A prostitute. And it was a scandal for him, for the police commission, for the police department, here in the city. So there's a vacancy in District 1, and Councilman Tate is the one who was elected in District 1. So there needs to be someone to come forward and run for that position with the police commission. So that investigation was, going on. And there was another investigation going on about ghost employees. And then there was a third investigation going on about the number of hours and days being worked by the staff of the police commission, not the commissioners, but of the staff that they have. And it's just interesting to me that they have backlog of cases, and yet they have 11 individuals on the commission. Now, why is it that 11 people can't read through those cases and come to the conclusion or recommendation and move on? But anyway, it's a good thing that there is an investigation taking place. So perhaps next Thursday we may hear more about it, because to add insult to injury, there's a woman who was 8 months pregnant. In the month of February.
Oh, my goodness.
February. What was that, 6-7 months ago? She was arrested by the police. The police went to her dwelling in front of her children, They handcuffed her and marched her out of her house. And they said that she was the person who had been identified who was involved in, I don't know, whatever kind of
They
crime.
said it was a carjacking.
Carjacking.
Of all
Oh,
things.
Lord. I can't even imagine an 8-month pregnant woman being able to sit behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Right.
Let alone a foot reset.
This one was utterly ridiculous.
Doctors say that a woman should not drive when she's 8 months pregnant. Should not drive. Now that comes directly from doctors because they know that a number of things could happen. It's not necessarily negative. A woman could go into labor, real labor, false labor, whatever, and it's kind of difficult to pay attention to other things if you're in pain.
Not to mention holding the steering wheel.
Oh, right, that first, right. So anyway, the chief of police, by the way, Chief White, did not know about it. We're in August 2023. It happened in February 2023. The chief of police did not know about it until about a week and a half ago, when the lady and her lawyer filed a lawsuit against the officer, against the police department, city, et cetera, which is going to cost us, the
pretty
taxpayer.
penny. Yes, it's gonna
Yes.
cost.
I can't imagine her not winning that case. Not at all.
Not only that, all this money we done spent on this facial recognition, now they going to shut it down.
Yeah. God.
When the citizens already explained that they didn't want it.
In the first place, yes. Hood Research went to the police department and had a tour of 911 section department, and a tour and description, explanation, what is another word, of artificial intelligence. Those two departments are right across from each other. And the idea of having it was not wanted then, is not wanted now. However, the fact that this sloppy police work is being covered over by talking about artificial intelligence. What was explained is that the computer seeks out X number of faces in the mug book, as they call it. The mug book is no longer used. The mug book is now on computer. And AI, artificial intelligence, picks out, in her case, it was 37 pictures, picks out those pictures that most closely match the person in the area where the vehicle was carjacked. So anyway, their detective who went through them, supposedly, is the one that chose her. Well, the issue for me is choosing or not choosing. Why would it take you from February to August for the chief of police, supposed to be head of the whole police department, to find out about this? So it just seems that there was a lot of cover up. And that's the basis, or one of the bases they're going to put this lawsuit in with. And
We definitely know the communication is not good. That's a problem.
And once the chief of police found out, did he put the detective on suspension, or anyone who was involved with this? Were they put on suspension? And if not, why not? February to August? Huh?
Well, now, our District 7 commissioner wanted to have more information, but he was explaining on the news that through the law department, they're not getting any cooperation, and they're asking for paperwork and whatever to review the paperwork, and there's some kind of holdup, and it's long periods of time. They're not getting what they're requesting.
See, that's sloppy police work because if the commission works on cases, the cases come from the police department, and I don't care how the process is outlined. It should not take from February to August for the paperwork to move to the police commission.
Tawana, you and Miss Broden got something started out there. These phone lines are lighting up this morning. We putting it all together. So 15.2 on your regular TV. So,
15.2. If you got a TV with rabbit ears, channel 15.2.
right. And the HPR, of course, always download the HPR app, HPR TV 33 app, and it should definitely be on there. So we working on something.
Okay, try that, Tawana.
Try that, Tawana.
Okay.
Let's get this other call in the WHPR TV 33 app. You'll find it. Just look it up and Google it, and it's right there. It's easy. It'll pop right up at the top.
Thanks. If you have another question, call back. Okay.
Yeah, y'all done got them all started this morning.
Right.
It's early, too.
Yeah.
Folks, let's see what we got on line, too. Good morning. You on feedback with Mr. Theo Bro, Mark Cummings. Talk to us. Who we speaking with?
Hello.
Okay, I guess
Hello?
somebody decided to move away from the phone.
Oh, okay, they went to sleep.
Okay, there it is. But nonetheless, people are just they want better from the cities, for one thing. You know, we pay taxes just like any other residents, any other cities, and we want the people that we put in these positions to listen to us.
Right,
Okay?
right.
So if we say we don't want something, we expect them to say, okay, we won't give it to you. We're gonna use your tax dollars in another way. You know. So now, like I said, they calling right back. Let's see what we got here.
Go ahead.
All right, listener out there, we about to get to you.
Can I be heard?
Good morning. There he is. That sounds like Mr. Ford.
Yes, I'd just like to thank everyone. I had to get a little rest. I'd like to thank everyone that attended the Obama Weekend Festival. We're just trying to plan for next year and do everything, but we just want to thank everybody that showed up. If you have any ideas for next year or anything you figure that you can enhance this or make it better, if you're on the line, you can give me a call at 586-918-3061. But I would like to say this. We got to get out now and mobilize people to vote. I'm just going to put this out there. This time around, it's almost a thing where you better vote. We got to vote. And the other thing is these red light situations in Detroit, it's getting worse and worse.
Yes.
So I just want to say that those two things, I'm not going to hold anybody up, but there will be a move to try to do something with the red light situation. But as I said before, we better vote this time because I think that if you're watching the news, you'll see why.
Well, you know
God
what?
bless everybody.
Hold on, Mr. Ford. Don't go running off because I know you moving. But I just like to say the red light information and the red light situation, that's the type of stuff that gets people to vote. Because now you got a reason. Because don't nobody want to get hit by some car running the red light. Now, I know you've been going down to the police commission meetings. What type of response are we getting from the police commission about this?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. I think that the police commissioners are trying. I really think the police department is trying. But there is a state law that says something about you cannot have cameras in the traffic lights. But they're trying to have the license plate readers. And I think that they're trying to make a move to get it done. However, I think that may take some more work or effort, but I think that everybody agrees with that it needs something to be done.
Right.
But I think, again, you got a lot of people don't really understand that we're not trying to hurt our own people. The only thing we're trying to do is protect the babies, the old people, not the older people, the elderly people, that we're trying to protect them from getting hit by cars. And anybody just being hit by cars. And the other thing is that some people must go on and understand that their insurance is maybe 45 to 60% higher than the people are paying in Lansing and Ann Arbor. And they got to also understand that with this red light situation, that's why no hotels are being built. That's why people don't visit our city. That's why a lot of different people want to come in and build things in the city, but they're watching this too. The city will grow if we deal with this red light situation. It's a matter of economics. It's a matter of just having pride and want to invite people to your city.
Right.
And it's hard. It's something we got to deal with.
Right. You know, hold on now. There's either feast or famine, and I think that one of our guests is at the door now. In the meantime,
Okay.
James Ford, I want to
We'll
thank
talk
you
later.
for my trophy. James
Okay.
Ford, I want to thank you for my trophy. And,
Yeah, well-
I enjoyed the Obama weekend. And also, I have an idea for the young people to engage them, because you always say it's about the babies, and I agree with you. And they need to learn. And, you know, we can put up a little prize or trophy for them, have a little contest for the children, make it age specific, you know, maybe, I don't know,
I
6
agree
to
with-
8, 9
I
to
agree.
11 or something. And that will get the parents involved and coming, and the grandparents and the neighbors and friends, and they'll be excited to see, well, is my child gonna win the contest? He knows about history, is Black history, about the government, about President Obama. You know, just get the excitement going.
Well, I'll tell you this right here. I welcome and we welcome all ideas, because we're going to just keep at it and let it grow. As I've always said, this is not about me, and it's not about actually the Obama Weekend Committee, or it's about the children and enhancing it and make everything better. As I told people, the state fair left and everybody cried. That's why I try to keep this thing at 3 days, so we can have whatever we want. We can have our own little fair. We can do what we got to do. Right now I'm looking for another venue to have it. Also, we're just trying to get other people involved. So all suggestions, ideas will be taken, and you actually can sit in and talk with the people that are help me plan this. I'm going to give you my number again, 586-918-3061. Again, 586-918-3061. I am not a private type person. People can call me, and I'd like to sit down and talk to anybody. We can have a cup of tea or
No doubt.
hamburger or something together.
And you also got an office over in the Samaritan Center over there on Conner.
I have an office over at Samaritan Center now. And that's what I really want people to visit and see. I mean, it has grown. I mean, we put some other things in there, even since you've been in there, Mr. Cummings. We put some other things in there. But there are plans in there. I mean, I'm talking to people about maybe children having a little birthday party in there.
All right, well, we're going to figure it out. We coming up on the break, Mr. Ford.
Talk. God bless you. Thank you. God bless.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, we're going to our first break of the morning. Step out, get your orange juice, coffee, tea. Call someone and tell them to tune in as well. And we will be back momentarily.
It's time to do something more. Join the Detroit Police Department, either straight out of high school or make a bold career change. Officers start at $40,000, plus health insurance, paid vacation, retirement plans, and more. Apply online at joindetroitblue.org.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Wallman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you.
Feedback.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. You know, was it last weekend that the unveiling of the John Lewis stamp took place?
Well, it was about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
July the 21st.
Okay. And you had an opportunity to attend the unveiling. Tell us about
I did. It was wonderful. And Brother Gary Hunter, the publisher over at the Shot News, invited me about a month in advance. Said, come on down, I'm going to give you a press pass to come on to the piece and show the love for Brother John Lewis. It was held on the illustrious Morehouse campus. And,
wow.
Yes. And at the chapel there on the campus.
Okay.
And it was an amazing event. Alfre Woodard, she was the MC of the event.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a lot of people there that came and spoke. Senators Warnock as well as Ossoff were in the building.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. And family members, of course, of Well, John Lewis' oldest son spoke, and one of the amazing things people don't realize is his son spoke about the fact that it was a letter, actually, that got his father involved in the civil rights movement. He wanted to be involved, and he sent a letter to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes you send letters to organizations and people with authority, and you don't expect to hear back from them. Right. But he got a handwritten letter back from Dr. Martin Luther King. And that changed the course of his life. Because Dr. Martin Luther King said, you need to get involved. Okay. And we going to find something for you to do. Okay. And from that day on, he was a part of the civil rights movement and got involved in many ways. And, of course, most people connect him to Bloody Sunday. And,
Selma, Alabama.
Selma, Alabama, correct. But it was so much more to it. You know, SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, was one of the founders. And, I mean, it was all about getting things done. And he said his father wrote so many letters to people, and he collected all of the stamps, you know, that under the African-American theme stamps. And that was a big thing for him, a big stamp collector.
Did he say how many stamps bear the likeness of African Americans?
You can Google. There's plenty of them. I mean, you had Billie Holiday on stamp. You know, I mean, the last stamp I had, Toni Morrison has a stamp. I mean, it's a lot of us on the stamps. Matter of fact, like I spoke earlier, we're trying to get Brother Earl Lloyd his own United States stamp, the gentleman who integrated the National Basketball Association. It's almost hard to believe it was a time where there were no black NBA ball players.
Yeah.
But there was a time. And, you know, we had to integrate all the sports at some point. And it's ironic because my wife is here today. She came in to show some love in the building. And, we were watching the Jackie Robinson. Not documentary, but the movie. You know, and it was it was done in 1950. And Jackie Robinson was in the movie. And what you realize is there were scenes in the movie where the fans of the Dodgers didn't want the Dodgers to win because they had a black ball player. And this is how it was at the beginning. There were players who were like, I'm not playing with this black guy. But I give Branch Rickey credit. Because they got a scene in the movie where he said, give me the names of all of these guys who say they don't want to play with Jackie Robinson. And he had them in the room, and it was ironic because the first guy was an Italian guy.
Boy.
And he says, now, when did your people come over here? And he was like, about 25 years ago.
He did.
So he says, what did they do when they first got here? And one of his mother was a seamstress, and his father, I forgot. Oh, he worked on the railroad. That's right.
Okay.
Father worked on the railroad. And he said, now what if we had decided that you couldn't do this because you were from Italy, okay, and nobody wanted to work with your father. I don't want to work with the Italians, and they kept you out. And he said, hey, these Negroes have been here way before your family even saw the shores of America. So he was embarrassed, and the guy said, yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, maybe I'm okay with it. So, of course, one of the older ball players was like, I'm not giving in. I just can't play with him. So he said, well, you know, we'll find another team for you, Just let me know where you want to go and have it on my desk by tomorrow. And then he ended up showing up. He said, I thought you wanted out of here. But he realized the Dodgers are a good team. You know, and I was like, well, I guess I'll deal with it. And people, what we got to recognize, and that's why I think a lot of these young kids don't realize, to be the first person in a professional capacity, you deal with a lot. I mean, we know that Brother Jackie didn't live a long life, but he was always involved with civil rights. And that brother was so great after he retired because he had been through so much that he fought for his people. But he recognized he didn't just represent himself. And that's what me and the wife were talking about. We got to get back to realizing, Ms. Broughton, when you out there, you still represent the entire race of black people.
Right.
Because we are always being judged as a whole.
Right.
Whether we want to believe it or not.
Well, you know, just to add a bit of information on Jackie Robinson, he, along with Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier, spent their own personal money to support Barack Obama coming to the United States.
How about that?
And
came full circle.
Right. And he's someone who was just quiet in what he was doing, but he believed in his people, believed in the need to reach out and help. And that's what the three of them did. And there was no publicity about that until maybe a year ago or so. Very recent.
Right. With the passing of Belafonte here recently. Exactly.
Right. So that's when that information was
surfaced,
released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the whole thing is, I mean, the 60s, those athletes understood. I'm already dealing with a lot of foolishness. Okay, you had Bill Russell. They said they broke into his house and somebody took a dump in his bed.
Yes,
you know, in Boston.
Yes.
I mean, the foolishness that we had to deal with. But them guys would come together. You had the infamous picture of all of them sitting down, having a press conference saying, look, we battling for our civil rights. You had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there, Wilt Chamberlain in the building. You had Muhammad Ali in the building. I mean, come on now. These are Bill Russell in the building. These were icons of the sport, period. You know, you had Jim Brown in the building who just passed away here recently. I mean, you knew what was important and you cared about your people and you cared about their progress and their well-being. I mean, just your mental well-being is connected to living a life stress-free, so to speak. It's important.
Right.
But hey, I'm just impressed with what's going on out here, and you know, like folks, pick up the newspapers that sit around too, Ms. Broden, because you know, Hood Research, we all about information, getting information out. Our guest is pulled up into the building. That's a good thing. The Shot News. We're going to talk to him about the Shot News.
All right.
He gets around.
Yeah.
I had picked up the Highland Park paper here. You got Brother Reggie McKenzie on the front cover here.
Oh.
His foundation, 50 years. Folks.
50? Whoa.
Highland Park High graduate.
Wow.
There's so much information out there. Pick up a paper sometime. You ain't got to always be looking on the phone for the social media stuff. You know, it ain't always here, you know, which is important. I'm telling you. So, yes, indeed, I really want to get Gary in the bits to sit down here because this brother, I'm telling you, Miss Broden, you know him already. Been doing the Shot News for a long time.
Yeah.
And,
well, we need to take a break and
can we get to a break and get him in here,
get
brother
him
Tim?
in.
Tim said, yes, we can.
All right.
And we're going to do that.
So, thank you all for staying tuned in. Call others. Tell them to tune in now. And we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician and escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Brazen. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
And we are back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And the guest was with us this morning is Gary Hunter, the writer, filmer, publisher, creator of his newspaper, The Shot News. And I want to thank you for joining us. Now, would you please tell everyone, who is Gary Hunter?
Wow. My mama needs to be here to tell that part. Gary Hunter, born and raised in Detroit, graduate of Detroit Public Schools, Shaw College, and Tennessee State School of Religion.
All right.
Been preaching 44 years, going on 45 years. Been in the newspaper business over 30 years.
Wow.
I started with a paper called Fun. My brother, who passed a couple of years ago, I used to call it Families United for Nonviolence because I had an organization dealing with youth and troubled teens, trying to get families to understand we still got the same problem. They keep wanting to blame the youth. It's not the youth, it's who's raising them. You know, and I know it's not the most famous thing to say, but women who take the credit of being single mothers need to take the credit of being a single mess up and let us straighten this back up. To fight with a father and not have the connection with the father is a disservice. Disservice to not you, it's the community. I just left Chicago with the vice president the weekend, speaking at a, they brought all the nonviolent social issue organizations together. And what I noticed about the room, they talking about mostly black communities. But it was like 98% white folk in the room.
Okay.
You talking about the McCormick place. You know, they don't have a small room. Well, they might have a small room somewhere. Our value is being minimized by maximizing stupidity. I always say sometime when I'm preaching, you know, they stuck on stupid, too lazy to get up, and too trifling to try to fight it off. It's the first full generation of no Sunday school, no BTU, no summer school. Do they even have summer school? I went to summer school for the sole purpose of getting out a year early.
Okay.
I went to summer school for the sole purpose of having enough credits to go ahead and get into college. I was motivated to move forward. Hell, you can't even give them this to finish regular school, let alone to get out to get to school early.
Now, what high school was that?
The greatest one in the atmosphere is called Western International.
Oh, yeah. Over there in Southwest Detroit.
That's not Southwest Detroit. I'm from the real. Let's set the record straight. That's the West. You ain't even South yet. How is it going to be South if you ain't in the South yet? Yes, Southwest Detroit is across the 75 bridge on the other side where the real Southwest non-violent people live.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
grew up Schaefer, 4th Street, Otter Drive.
Yes,
not
indeed.
Scotton and whatever that is over there.
Was Electric Street?
Southwestern is for Southwest
West,
people.
right. Okay.
Western was for West Side people.
Okay, got you. Somehow they got grouped into the Southwest people.
Well,
Because it's over there near Clark
it's
Street and all
called
that stuff.
media.
Red media.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the media.
Yeah.
They set the tone.
Yes, they do.
If I say the problem is in Southwest, it's not downtown or the West Side.
Mm-hmm.
If I say the gang problem, the Mexican problem is in Southwest, I push you away from downtown.
Exactly.
Y'all South.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a subliminal message.
You're right. You're right about that.
So back to how I got to where I am and who is Gary Hunter. I've been doing civil rights work before I even knew what it was. I was the one that used to close down the gas stations. I was the one that used to, and thank God for Malik, because as I began to progress in other things, Malik and others came along, because way before all them came along, if you check the record, Coleman Young sent his limousine to pick me up.
All right. Okay.
On Schaefer and 4th Street, because I was en route to Schaefer and Finkel. Check the record. We shut that station down.
Okay.
Because they had kicked an old man and an old lady. And I grew up. Yes, sir. No, ma'am.
Right.
Now, you remember what year this was?
Manners.
Back in 80-something.
Okay, in the 80s.
Trying to date nothing.
I'm just curious.
So y'all quit dating stuff. Quit making everything old. It happened.
It did happen.
No matter what date it happened.
No.
Okay, let's stop dating stuff.
That doesn't make it old.
A lot of men end up in unnecessary fights because their wife want to date everything.
That doesn't make
when
it.
we get married,
wait.
It make it old. Yes, it do.
Listen
when
to
we
me.
get married, I married you, baby. You still got me.
Oh Lord,
I love it.
that doesn't
When
make
is
it
my
old.
birthday?
That makes it.
Your
relevant.
mama should know. Why should I know?
It makes it relevant, not old.
No, it don't.
It does.
It make
makes
it old.
relevant.
We love Gary Hunter. For Gary Hunter, I'm telling you, once he get on the
But
mic.
wait, let me just finish this.
Yes, sir.
quick
Yes, sir.
story
Yes,
since you
sir.
asked me.
Yes, sir.
Don't do me like Fox.
No.
Oh Lord.
Our goal, in my mind, has always been to progress our people. Our goal in my mind has always been to forward what we were doing and what we were from.
That's right.
Coleman Young hired me as the youngest appointee at that time ever, and gave me stuff I didn't have no idea about, but trusted in me.
Okay.
Now we want to validate and date everything. Coleman Young was a visionary. If he saw you, if you spoke up. Our first real business meeting came with me cussing him out because you know he gonna cuss you out.
Right.
Because he had told Lester Morgan and Emmett Moulton to call me, and they had not done it.
All right.
And we was at DeMungo's barbershop when you used to be Grand River downtown in that little triangle. But they didn't tore it up for the other folk now. And now it's a sidewalk. And I went in, I say, Mr. Mayor, what's going on? I forgot the whole conversation. All I remember, I said some choice words I ain't going to say on TV. And then he started cussing me. I started cussing him.
Oh,
and we just laughed. He said, man, call me in the morning. I got you. You start first thing in the morning. And that's what happened.
How about that?
Motivated by that, I worked for John Conyers.
Okay.
Worked for Jesse Jackson. I worked for Maynard Jackson in Atlanta. Worked for Tom Bradley in L.A., worked for Harold Washington in Chicago. Then I started traveling with the paper. When we got the empowerment zones in Detroit, I was the only black media in the White House covering Bill Clinton, calling Coleman Young.
Okay, now I remember them empowerments. So that's 94. We can date that.
Here you go with these dates again. When that call was made, I was in the room taking a picture from the Washington side while others was in the mayor's office with the mayor getting a call from Bill Clinton saying that there was an empowerment zone. Even back then, I didn't realize what I was doing. Y'all stop trying to figure it. That's what's messing y'all man up. Y'all keep trying to figure everything out. Faith is the substance of things of hope for the evidence of things not seen. But y'all forget there's a passage up under that.
What?
Some preachers don't even know it. I'm about to help y'all this morning.
Help.
About the 27th, 28th verse or 37th verse, whichever one it is. It says, but when their faith had been proven, I had greater things for them. I'll work on the greater while y'all trying to fight with the faith. I got the faith to keep moving to receive the greater that's coming. Let me say that again. God will let you see what you shouldn't have saw. And me traveling around the world, me traveling around the country, me being with presidents, me being with senators and congresspeople and mayors, gave me stuff I was not supposed to see. But I moved in not seeing. And I saw. Somebody gonna get that by the time they get to the parking lot.
Amen.
If you keep working on what you want, you'll eventually get what God got for you.
Okay.
Half of what I received, I had no idea I even wanted.
Wow.
I had no idea that I would be the only independent black or white to ever travel with a president for a full term. And that was President Barack Obama. I'd been with other presidents, stunts here, there, stunts there, just grab their moments. I spent the whole 8 years and 2 years prior traveling, covering President Obama to 46 states, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the opening of Cuba. I'm telling you, God will let you see what you shouldn't have saw. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen.
And I know
so when I see President Obama, he calls me by name. When I see Bush, he calls me by name. When I see Clinton, I wouldn't think about it, but Clinton knows me too. Hillary told Tim Kaine when they were running, I was in the VIP room behind taking pictures of everything. And Hillary's coming up and I'm talking to Kaine, getting pictures. And Valerie Jarrett popped up first. She says, Gary has more signatures of Obama than anybody we know. I said, okay, I didn't know that. He knows everybody. And then Hillary's coming up the backdrop. She said, not only does he know everybody, everybody know him. In every state we go to, somebody's walking up talking about, do I know Gary?
You right about that.
Because she's always saying, let him take the shot, let him take the shot. And somebody say, well, you need to tape that. You know how many times I've been in a room and Miss Obama or President Obama and them let me doing shots that other folk don't get. When I say I'm fortunate, and I'll show y'all later when it's available. And I see they got the John Lewis
T-shirt up.
T-shirt up. Open that to the second page.
Okay.
This is what God would do.
Ooh, and we got pictures here at the event.
And I want you to that page right there. That's every one of those pictures in there is at the John Lewis unveiling.
That's it.
Of the stamp.
Okay.
And guess whose pictures they use? Mine.
Yeah.
Because I've been at almost every major historical event in the last 20 to 30 years. When I did the special to the John Lewis Memorial edition of the paper of John Lewis passing, the collage that I did had pictures that only me, Mike Collins, the chief of staff, and John Lewis knew of.
Okay.
The last picture he took with his brothers and sisters, I made him take that picture in Montgomery, Alabama, at the opening of the Lynching Museum. Brian Stevenson. And I know I got off cue, but I got to get back to this.
Yeah.
I'm tired of black women saying they're strong black women. They've been to every amusement park, every Cedar Point, every Six Flags, every Mickey Mouse tunnel.
Timmy Tim said we got to get to this break, Brother Hunter. We got you on the other side, though, don't we?
Yeah.
We got
Right
30
here.
more minutes
yes.
with Brother Gary Hunter, the shot.
I know
dude.
you're sitting on the edge of your seat.
Folks,
And we will be
this
back.
is a hot one.
We'll be
I love
back
it.
to hear the rest of the story.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Our Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
Us along with you. And we are back
I'm excited.
for this exciting information that is being shared by none other than Gary Hunter.
I was saying as we went to the break, the value of being able to have the faith to move past where you are and let God develop you to where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem when we got a whole generation that's not even being taught about the faith in God, more so they're being taught how to challenge God. If you ignorant enough to think you can challenge God, you've already lost.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible said, yeah, I'm a Bible reader. Thank you for giving me some water, man. Our value is clear and obvious. Either you for God or you against it. You either hot or cold.
That's right.
He said, if you lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out like vomit. Man, y'all got a good engineer.
He's one of the best.
God, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for not letting me down on the air.
Yes.
The whole world would have known. Man, Pastor Hunter just choked right on TV.
That's why I love the fact that, folks, there's a black-owned TV and radio station here. Brother R.J. Watkins been doing this a long time.
And we need to give him the credit.
Exactly.
We don't want to give him the credit. We don't want to give the Chronicle the credit. We don't want to give the Citizen the credit. We don't want to give First Independent Bank the credit. White
Liberty
folks
Bank,
steal our money. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, several of them have been caught
Right. Disrespecting us.
stealing
Right.
our name. And black women, black men are still arguing to be in those institutions. And the minute somebody black do something, we want to castrate the whole field. Explain that to me, y'all, please.
For that one person.
And the man that speaks up is the one that get assassinated down. Understand this. If they can let you assassinate me, they're going to assassinate your daughter, your son. Don't underestimate the subliminal message that's going across when you're able to hate on somebody that you think is okay to hate on. You reap what you sow.
That's right.
What you do unto me, matter of fact, it's something on the front of my paper that says about that. It says, like me, love me, or hate me. God will protect me.
There it is.
So you need to respect me. Do not blaspheme. You heard it. Touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. I don't care if you understand it. You need to get it. You're cursing generations, not based upon whether or not you like me. It's whether or not you respect and love me. You don't have to like what I do. Hell, some of y'all married to people y'all don't like. Hello? And that's another thing. We've given up on the institution of love and respect.
That's it.
We become a generation of hoochie mamas and booty showers.
We
used to have it. Now all you see on Facebook, all you see on Instagram is booties. Y'all don't like y'all face no more.
We breaking it down there. I'm telling
Where's
you.
the value for who you are? Where's the value of looking in the mirror? Do you really look in the mirror at your butt every day? Oh, some of y'all do. Some of y'all do.
Mercy, boy, oh boy, Gary Hunter, you just breaking it down. But I also, because I mean, folks, this Shot News, he goes all over the country and gets the story. I'm looking at this insert from, this is the current Shot News right here, folks. Bishop Drew Shear, presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ, hosts the 48th annual Holy Convocation for the Michigan North Central Jurisdiction at Greater Emmanuel in Detroit. Now, this was here recently, right?
Yep, last week.
Last week, folks.
And if you see, I did a highlight to his son and daughter, and then highlight, and Kiki, I'm sorry, I'll get you in the next issue. But his son is, what Bishop is so, the whole personality of the church changed when he took leadership.
Yes, sir.
I love Bishop Blake. He's always opened his doors every time I would go to L.A. And still now I would go by. And even when he felt frail, he would make sure that I went in the back. We'd spend some time together. Each year he would get one of my calendars, my Obama calendars. But Bishop Drew Shear and Karen Clark Shear, you'll see in the paper where I thank them for how they've raised two kids that are just awesome. When I say Drew Jr. is just a gentleman, kind, respect, not every other time. And Drew, if you was hating on me in the back of your mind, don't let me know. I'm just kidding, y'all. But I just had to shout out to these young men and young women who are just so manimal, so respectful. The value of, and let me hit on that next. I know you want to talk about that. But the value of good parenting has gone out the door. And I want to say to Bishop Sheard, anything I could do from my perspective, my door's always open.
Indeed.
When I show up, he welcomes me, his people welcomes me. The tone of love around the Church of God in Christ now reflects what I think the church should reflect. Is when your brother come, you welcome. You ain't, like I went somewhere yesterday and they was acting all funny.
You just didn't feel it. In other words.
I was at the Big 3 game.
Copy that.
And the black lady in charge had to come prove she was in charge, and then she wanted to tell me what my paper or not. I just got honored at the National Black Publishers Association and another white organization, a Jewish organization.
You got them riled up, Brother Hunter. I mean, the phone lines lighting up here. Let us get one of these calls because I know somebody want to ask you something because you got them heated up. Folks, we getting them in here today on feedback.
Just be ready for the answer if you're going to ask the question.
Yes, indeed. You are on a hot show this morning. Theo Broughton, Mark Cummings, and our guest, Gary Hunter, the Shot News. Talk to us. Who we got out there today?
Speak up. Don't be scared.
Oops. What did I do? Hello?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm trying to find out what station can I find you all on Comcast?
Channel 90.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. You got a question for Brother Gary Hunter today on the Shot News?
No, dear. Thank you.
I don't think she was listening. She trying to find out how to find you.
Got you. Indeed. Well, folks, I'm telling you, we out there. We on Channel 90, 15.2 on your regular TV, Roku. So we on a lot of stations. We getting it done. But back to Brother Gary Hunter, as you were saying, brother.
Our values have got to get back to what I see in Bishop Sheard and Karen Clark Sheard. As famous as they are, as elite as they are, they still just, their mother and father that have raised two sons, a son and a daughter with morals and principles. The grandson is coming up right alongside. And what I love about it is, I mean, man, if y'all been around Lil Drew, I don't know how he act around you. All I know is I see nothing but manners. I see nothing but respect. And when they had the show on, they had a whatever you call them shows, a show where you do what you want to do. I forgot what you call it. What
reality
is it?
Show?
Reality show.
Oh.
And I went to his church one Sunday to visit, and I got off key, and everybody was wondering why he let me. And he say, "Man, I need people to know." And I was so proud of him because he showed that no matter how famous y'all are, Kiki, no matter what y'all doing, I want you to represent God. I want you to represent decency. I want you to represent in order. And I'm just so proud of him. I was in Chicago, and somebody was talking about he shouldn't have came in Chicago when the mayor was running. Why not? He is the bishop, the presiding bishop of one of the largest organizations of black people centered around God. The God people can't take the back street while the devil takes the front street. Hell to the null, to the 15 power, to the 99th level, to the XYZ chromosome. Y'all remember that? To the XYZ. No. I'm proud, I'm glad, and I'm going to speak it out every chance I get. So I had to tell my brothers in politics and in the grassroots in Chicago, y'all running after the white man because y'all getting paid. He's standing for a man of principles, a man of God, a man that goes to church, a man that is a tither. Oh, hell to the no. I got to support him going in there for Brandon Johnson.
Okay.
Now, do we got some clear folk around him that's getting on my nerve? Yes. I just got back from Chicago. I think I'll be there Thursday if I'm not here for the Thursday District Court picnic. And let me shout out to Judge Holmes and Brother Wade and the Chief Judge of 36th District Court, McConaughey. And last issue I did the whole thing, man. They do the most awesome. I remember when I used to go down to court all the time, and Judge Willie Lipskin and Judge Lloyd and them would have me talk to people, and Willie Lipskin would tell people, now, if Pastor Hunter willing to take you and help you, I'll let you out
Okay.
today.
Okay.
And then everybody would be looking at me. I said, okay, what can you say? But Judge Donald Coleman, Alicia Jones Coleman, the list goes on. Judge Trudy, the daughter-in-law, not the mother. I go court watch sometimes, and I watch the sensitivity that we don't realize is on the bench for our favor.
Okay.
We realize that some of these folk got to go to jail. Some of them have not learned the lesson that we're trying to live in peace and harmony. And here again, I'm going to say it. Blame me if you choose. Women, stop bragging about being the #1 family holders if you're not going to take the responsibility of the dysfunction of what you claiming the #1 as.
Ooh, boy,
if you're going to take the credit, somebody talk to me.
Hey, they calling now.
Take the issues with the credit. Don't tell me about a trifle, man. You the one laid down with him. That's what my mama would say. No, y'all could change the world tomorrow.
Folks, I'm telling you.
If you cut off, he'll cut on.
Pastor Hunter is hitting.
But y'all rather let a man buy you instead of earn you. If he can buy dinner, if he can buy coat, if he can buy a purse, you're being bought.
This is a sermon this morning, folks.
And you're cursing the next generation because you selling your soul. Because every time you lay down with that demon, demons come in you. Some of y'all are the ones with the demon.
Passion. I hope this next caller
It's a lot of pretty women with ugly insides. There's a lot of fine men with demons inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's be honest.
Ooh, folks.
I travel all over this country. I don't care what neighborhood I drop down in, I see the same ignorant stuff.
Lord have mercy. This is
and
passion.
Somebody need to say something.
It's passionate. Put out this paper. How long you been putting this paper out, by the way?
Over 30 years.
30 years, folks.
Detroit Times is mine, the Family United is mine, and the Shot News.
My goodness, folks. Let me get this caller in right quick because I know they got something to say.
I need to address the lyrics in that music.
In the music, yes, indeed. I'm just going to say you on with Brother Gary Hunter. Talk to us real quick.
How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
This is R.J. Watkins.
R.J. Watkins is calling in today. Brother R.J., we just want to thank you again. This radio station is beautiful, TV station. Brother Gary Hunter, talk to us.
Man, first of all, I want to make a little correction, brother. We're not on Comcast anymore. I met the memo should have went out last week, but for sure it's coming out today.
Okay.
We're not on Comcast anymore because Comcast wanted to increase our prices. They wanted us to get another insurance policy, and they wanted to pay more deposits to be on the channel. So we're dealing with iHeart Radio, and we're checking out people there. And there's some other things that'll be in the press release today for our talk show host. So I'll make that correction. I should have made that correction earlier. We're not on Comcast.
Okay.
But there's a big upset in Detroit, as you might know. One of the channels, one of the stations in Detroit has canceled all of their programming.
Right. Mm-hmm. One of them AM stations, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting because we as a people should have been working together way before now. And maybe I should be saying this, and maybe I shouldn't. It's just something that I should watch and see what's going to happen. And we're going to sit back and watch what happens. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of different talk shows hosts that are not on the air anymore.
That's right.
Okay.
And you know, Brother RJ, that's why we always talk about black ownership. That's why we got Brother Gary Hunter down here today. The Shot News, black owned. He go get the shot. He gonna get the story that everybody else don't want to tell.
You might not like it. You might not like it. You might get mad at him. But listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what we have to say on 107.5. We're with 107.5 now, WGPR, 50,000 watts. Yes, you was on HD2. And maybe people don't know how to go to digital. I don't know. But as a group, if we work together, we could do more together.
Indeed.
Yeah, I agree.
And saying that, RJ, please have somebody send me the electronic ad for you so I can put you in the next paper. So I do 16 states consecutively. Okay. Although I have the most problem out of black executives. When I get to, unfortunately, to the real executives, I get an open door. And I'm really going to do a story about these black women in power to be a connector to the black community who don't seem to understand they should be looking for RJ. They should be looking for Gary Hunter. And I want to make sure, RJ, not only you, but across the country, that the DNC and others should know the venues that we respect and we understand in order for them to come through y'all.
That's right. That's right.
It's time out. Right now, they're doing everything they can to get to the black voters. The Atlanta circumstance made them start looking at the black man, not just the black vote. Because the black woman has set a tone one way, but that tone is not stable to them. But they realize there's a whole denominator. We need to talk about this, RJ. There's a whole denominator.
Simple. It's very simple. Just look what happened. The setting the stage. The stage is being set to get the word out that they want out.
That part.
If you can't see that, you can't. You don't understand what's getting ready to happen, or what's attempting to happen.
Right.
And I'm mainly motivated by what people say that to me needs to be challenged. There's a story you were just reading in my paper about all these black women keep saying it's not racism, it's our credit, and it's this and it. Look, that night after I had that conversation, Nightline did a story on a black woman who didn't believe that she was being mistreated because she lived in a white neighborhood and she was trying to sell her house and they appraised it at $295. They turned around and switched it because the housing department got involved and they staged the house like it was a white house.
Right, I remember that.
It became $590,000 in a matter of a month of switching pictures.
That's right.
We're dealing with racism.
Yes, indeed.
And we got to face it. And if the mothers, and I keep saying the mothers because y'all keep claiming that y'all are 60 to 80% of the households, which means you are 60 or 80% of the problem that we see. Because you are raising the kids. You got that little thug out there because you let him in the house. My own nephews and nieces. I had to sometimes grab. My sister wanted to argue with me. My brother who just passed 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, we could grab his kids. We could correct them. The difference is like night and day right now. My 3 nephews and my other brother's son too. I can see it right in my own family. The ones you can help with.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this when we get off the line. My daughter had the nerve to tell me about my grandson. He was about maybe 2 or 3. He was acting up, and I grabbed him up.
Like you supposed to.
Hello? Daddy? The daddy? We don't do that to him. I said, well, he ain't going to be around me then. And you don't either have to be around me because I'm going to grab him up. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because if we don't grab him now, the jail is going to grab him later. The police going to grab him later.
Come on.
I was leaving the violent conference with the vice president, going to do some of the deliveries in Chicago, and before I could get 20 minutes away, there's a whole block in between the 2 churches I'm going to where they just shot another brother. Now, we want to be mad about it. What was he doing with the gun? What was he doing? He shot back at them, and they shot him.
Well, Brother RJ and Brother Hunter, here's what I love about Hood Research. And, we have all kind of people in the city down on the show that's doing things. We want to bring all of this energy together. You've been doing this a long time. Brother Hunter been doing this. Is the media. like he said, the DNC gonna have to start spending some money with the black media again. And I mean a considerable amount of money. Because you want to get the word out, it's a voting time now. We are losing what you just said. We then lost the station that everybody ran over to. But we stayed here. Hood Research stayed here. Because we know this is where the action is. Okay, you ain't gonna get a Gary Hunter down there. Okay, but you gonna get him right here because RJ say bring the people in, bring the love. So folks, you gonna have to come on down here, bring the love. We gonna build this station up even more. DNC gonna kick in, and we gonna get this thing going because I mean this come from what? The first black-owned TV station, WGPR, in the country. We got history, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we started at.
And I say again to you, RJ, thank you for keeping the faith. Thank you, and it takes faith, y'all. We got some human frailty. We got some human flaws, but it takes faith. And sometimes when you're fighting to get somewhere, you're going to hurt. You're going to hurt somebody. You're going to offend somebody. Because, hell, all y'all walking around here on sensitivity, I don't know where we get all this. I know where we get it. Hell, we couldn't grab you up. If you would have been grabbed up, you wouldn't be so sensitive. I'm tired of visiting jails with mamas who wouldn't grab their children up.
And don't leave out the egos.
Tim.
Oh God! Don't even talk about the ego, man. It's just like
we got the phone lines all lit up. We got people ringing the doorbells.
I'm gone, man.
Love you, man. I respect you. I love you, man.
Leave the direct information. We'll talk later.
Yeah, please. I'm gonna leave a paper. Please have somebody send me the electronics so I can put where you are, how we get you, and how we support you. But I want to make sure you're part of that table with the DNC because they just named. Y'all may not know her, but she goes way back with me. Mignon Moore, who was one of Jesse Jackson's assistants, is now the chairman of the DNC. The Democratic convention that will be held in Chicago next year.
Okay.
So we're in the houses.
All right.
We just have to know who needs to be participating in while we in the house. And sometimes they just don't know us all. And these ignorant consultants in Detroit and in Michigan and in California who get to the table, like in Michigan.
Okay, Gary, I got one of my prayer mothers calling me.
Okay, brother.
If I don't answer the phone, I might get a whooping.
Okay, brother RJ. Love you, brother.
I love you.
Don't get no whooping. Love you and respect you, man.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Our value, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Our values, even in our own families, we see it. We know what's happening.
We got 5 minutes. Let me take this last call. Real quick, caller. Be quick with it.
Get to your point.
You on the air, brother Gary Hunter. Feedback. Talk to us real quick. Okay, now you got to speak up. All right, there you go. That's it. They didn't wait too long.
They couldn't have. They had no patience.
Yes,
that's another problem. We don't have patience. I did everything I've done, having patience. I did everything I did. I looked the part. I dressed the part. I did my part.
Yes, indeed.
I'm tired of everybody act like it was some big miracle that I got to travel with the president. I got to be able to, the other day I was at Air Force 2. And somebody said, man, I saw your video. You was right. How many times I got to keep proving myself over and over? I'm here doing the work.
You're doing the work. And
I'm
folks,
here qualified for the work.
If you can't get to the newspaper and print online, www.theshotnewslive.com. Get the live piece on
and
that.
I meant to show y'all some pictures of some of the stuff. Like that's the first time President Obama did a press conference live at the Pentagon.
Okay.
That's Mrs. Obama in the groundbreaking of the library that they got coming.
Okay.
This is one of my treasured moments. This is when they brought the troops home. And, they're always showing love and affection when they're doing stuff. This is Vice President Harris at Todd Nicholson's funeral.
Okay.
This is one of my real favorites. President Obama is soaking wet because we were in the rain. He spoke in the rain for 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is Mrs. Obama speaking at the Board of Bishops of the AME Church.
Okay.
That's President Obama getting his portrait hung in the White House.
All right. And we were at the Obama Day, folks. I gave all of y'all the shot news and told y'all this was a collector's item with Brother John Lewis on the cover. So I hope y'all held on to him.
This is the last time this was at the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington, which is coming up in 2 weeks, the 60th anniversary. This is 10 years ago. And you have President Obama, Miss Obama, President Clinton, and President Carter. Probably the last time you'll see those all together. This is just a candid shot of First Lady Michelle. This picture is the one that he mentioned on Oprah.
Okay.
It became a popular picture. I really wanted to see it replace, the Kennedy, Jesus, and Martin picture.
Copy that.
I wanted this to be in everybody's living room because after President Obama spoke about this picture, there was a picture that was captured.
2 minutes, folks.
Yeah.
We got it all in today. RJ called in. We connecting RJ and Mr. Hunter. The shot news is everywhere. Go down to Northwest Activity Center. Like we said, Digimax. You'll find it out. It's all down the East Coast in 14 states, you said?
16 states. We got Atlanta, we got Chicago, we got LA, we got New York. It goes now to all of the Congressional Black Caucus members. We have 58 Congressional Black Caucus members now. So each one of them get it. It goes in their office and their districts. And as we close, sound like we're going off the air.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to y'all. If we don't tell the story, they'll mess up the story.
Yeah.
They don't understand you, and they ain't trying to understand me.
Send us home, Miss Bro.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in this morning and calling in. We at Hood Research know that you don't have to know everything. What is necessary is to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us to help us all make better informed decisions. Hood Research has a Facebook page, Twitter, which is now called X, and we want you to know that the email is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, that's contact@HOODRESEARCH.org. The phone number is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. And I want to thank very sincerely Gary Hunter for joining us this morning and sharing so much. And we are expecting you to come back again and on a regular basis.
Soon as you let me come, I'll be back. But let me also remind you, I still have some of we got to get our children into this.
Yes.
I still have some of the collectible first aid stamps with the stamp on it. You can go to any post office now and buy them, but you do know forever stamps don't stay in circulation.
That's
true. So if you
true.
don't go get them now, you won't have them.
That's
but
right.
The first aid stamp envelope and program, I ended up getting enough of them, and I bought enough of the other stamps with the stamp on it. I want us to start filling out these places like they just dedicated to Rosa Parks post office here on Grand River. Most folks don't know.
We running over. You got a number they can call you? 'Cause some people don't.
313-442-6111. 313-442-6111. Just be real clear. I'm the Peter preacher. So don't call me with no mess. I'm going to cut your ear off. You better pray you got Jesus to put it back on.
Find him on
I'm just
Facebook,
saying.
too, because he always cooking and stuff. You can see some out there cooking some great food, too. He does
Just call a meal and a message, Gary Hunter's Facebook. My Instagram is Photos by Gary Hunter. And whatever else you need to call me.
All right.
What a show. We love
Love you, respect you, and always be mindful.
Timmy Tim, the best.
How you treat me is how God going to let others treat you.
All right.
I love this show. White came down and showed the Love Studio
Yes,
audience. I love this show today.
All right.
Shout out to Miss Cummins.
Yes, indeed. Tim said we went over 2 minutes.
Oh,
all right, baby.
Miss.
Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.